Okay.
All right, hello everyone. We're going to get started. So we're going to go ahead and show you how to use Microsoft Teams for your first-line workers with an emphasis on the mobile part. I'm Sancha Gupta.
And hey everyone, I'm Gul Mariam, and we're both PMs on Microsoft Teams. So today's session is going to focus on who first-line workers are, what challenges they face, what capabilities we're going to offer them, and majority of the session is going to focus on the demo, especially on mobile side. So let's get started with a short video that's going to give you a glimpse into this area.
New discoveries are made. New milestones are reached. And businesses thrive when people are empowered to achieve more. All workers can do the incredible with Microsoft Teams. But there's one group on the first line. They're the first to see the product take shape.
Having these tools makes it so simple to focus more time into our customers.
The first with an opportunity to address an issue.
Our employees that are on the first line, they're the lifeblood of our company.
The first touch with customers.
Fruit of the Loom's been in business 160 years. You don't do that by not innovating.
And now, new features in Teams empowers first-line workers to work as a team and achieve even more. They can manage their day, be more efficient, and find the right person to get the job done. Now, all workers are empowered by the Hub for Teamwork. Microsoft Teams.
All right. So who really are first-line workers? Well, as you saw in the video, they're the face and soul of any company. They're the first in the line of change, the first to see the product in action and representing your brand. They're the sales associates in retail, medical staff in healthcare, factory workers in manufacturing, and they span across several industries. They spend majority of their time on the field and not at desks like information workers do. They could have shifts, they could be task or service workers. And we call them first line for a reason. It's because the importance they play in everyday business. Microsoft has been known for making a lot of tools for boardrooms and information workers in the past. But as we're evolving our mission to empower first line workers, creating tools for them is also a very integral part.
So as Gul mentioned, the tools that are out there are very much for information workers or knowledge workers like you and me. We're behind a desk, but there's a whole group of first-line workers, and they feel disconnected from the company. They don't have a digital identity, and from the boardroom all the way down, you can't even contact them. So can you really blame them? They are using outdated tools and processes. So if you go to any of these stores or anything, you go to the back office, you'll see a bulletin board. Within the bulletin board, you'll see a bunch of files. They're kind of crumpled up. One of the files is usually their schedule. Within their schedule, you'll see people are crossing out shifts. People are putting arrows for swapping shifts. People are taking pictures of shifts, and it goes out of sync very quickly. Frankly, it's a mess because no one really knows when they're working. Lastly, the tools that they're using are not compliant. They're not IT provided. So because they're not given the tools they need to do well on the job, they're using things such as Messenger and WhatsApp to send files, communicate with each other, do whatever they need to get the job done. They're not compliant tools, so likely you guys won't want them to use them.
So to help first-line workers overcome these challenges, we're now offering Teams for First-Line. So Teams as a hub with its existing capabilities of communication, collaboration, and extensibility to line of business apps will be even more enhanced with the addition of schedule management to empower first-line workers to achieve more. So they'll have easy access to everything they need at their job, from when they have to go, where they have to go, where they have to be, and what they have to do. Okay.
All right, so we're going to jump into the demo part of this. So I'm going to play a store manager. As a store manager, one of my primary responsibilities is also being the scheduling manager. So I have to create shifts and manage the schedule for my team. For that experience, I'm going to show the web part, and then we're going to have Gul play Deborah, who's a sales associate. She's going to be showing the mobile experience. We want to put a clear emphasis on the mobile experience here because the store manager is one or a few people. And the first-line worker that's actually going to be using the mobile app is most of your first-line workers in your companies. So we're going to go ahead and switch to our demo PC. OK, so what you're looking at here is within Microsoft Teams, you're looking at the Shifts module. You can see Shifts over here. Again, this is building on top of the hub of Microsoft Teams. So you can see your activity feed, you can see chat, you can see files. Everything lives within Microsoft Teams, and now we're bringing to you Shifts. So what you can see here is there's a group for managers. I can see who the managers are. There I am, Ben Walters. I can see the other groups, so I see sales associates over here. I see cashiers, etc. On the top, you'll see day notes. So these are things I use, such as, I want to communicate the daily sales goal, how much volume to expect, things that everyone that day will get a note right from their mobile app, which you'll see later on in the demo, things I want to communicate to my workers. So let's go ahead and let's create a shift for Deborah. You can see over here, that I see Deborah's availability. So I can see she's not available on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this week, but she's available on Tuesday. So let's go ahead and give her a shift for this Tuesday. I can double click, and I get this panel showing up. You'll see start time, end time, color. I use colors personally to visually distinguish the different shifts out there. I can use a label, so if I wanted to call this an afternoon shift, that's what I refer to it in my company, it will say afternoon, as well as I can add notes. So let's go ahead and write, please bring your training equipment. Additionally, I can add activities. So I can add things such as, today you're going to be closing, so let's make sure you remember to do that. I'll go ahead and add the activity 10 to 10:15. And I want to make sure your dinner break is not at the same time as my other sales associates. I always need to make sure someone is on the floor. So we'll do 7 to 8. OK, so I'm going to go ahead and share this schedule. And this way, right when I share this, all my employees that are working will be notified with just one click. So let's go to next week. I have a new sales associate named Rob that is starting. So let's go ahead and add Rob. So this list over here is going to search from the global address list. So if they're in there, there's nothing else you need to do. You just click on them. You can add the member. He's not an owner of the team. I don't want to give him manager permissions. He shouldn't be able to modify schedules. So I'm going to leave that turned off. So once I go ahead and add Rob, I want to go and create the schedule for this week as well. So for me personally, I like to think of it for what was my schedule last week? What do I need to modify this week instead of starting from a blank slate? So let's go ahead and do that. We have a feature called Copy Schedule, where I can see it's populated from last week to this week, and I can customize what things I want to copy over. So for me personally, time offs don't make sense because people have different vacations. I don't want to copy that over. And shift notes are always changing to what's contextual on the job. I'm not going to copy that over either. Activities, open shifts, I'll keep them there. So now this is copying all the shifts over. So now I'm not starting from the blank slate. I'm starting from last week and making the modifications I need. So if I scroll down, I can see Deborah's trying to take time off this day. So contextually, with seeing her full schedule, I can go ahead and approve this. And that automatically converts it to a time off block, so I know Deborah's taking that day off. I have this extra shift that I need to get rid of, so I can either go ahead and assign it, or I can move it to open shifts. So what open shifts are is it's a shift that I know I want, but it's not yet assigned to anyone. That's why it's called open shifts. So how you can reassign it is I can click on it and say assign to and select the employee. Or when I share it, my employee can go ahead and request this shift. I can see how much hours it's putting someone at, because I want to, again, avoid overtime as much as I can. And see timestamps, so I can see first come, first served basis as well. So when I'm done with that, I can, again, go ahead, share this with my team. They're going to be notified. I can additionally go ahead and print this out if I want to still put it in the back office. I can export this out if I want to sync with payroll systems, etc. The last thing I want to quickly show is we have different views. So if I want to see a higher level overview, I can see month view. So I can see a quick glimpse. Do people have the shifts they need? As well as I can focus in on day view, for example. So I can click on a day or press day view on top. And over here, I can visually see, do I have enough coverage throughout the day? So with that, we're going to jump in to see the mobile experience, what it looks like for my sales associate, Deborah.
All right, so I will be showing you the team's mobile experience as a store employee. So as an employee, there are some important things that I'm looking for. I want to know when my shift is, where I have to go, what do I need to do, and communicate and collaborate with my team. So let me get started. Okay, so I open the Teams app and it takes me to the first page, which is the home page. Here I can see that I just started my shift. I have 2 upcoming items that were assigned to me within my shift, training and station B. I see that there's a time clock and I'm required to clock into that. Let me clock in. So the time clock feature has a geofencing capability. On the web, managers can create a setting where they can assign a specific place and a GPS, and you can only clock in from that location, so that you're not able to just clock in, say, sitting at home. And if I need to clock out for breaks, because not everyone's paid for breaks, I can do that as well. Okay, so now I'm on my shift, and now I look at what I need to do for the rest of today. So the purpose of this page is to tell you what's time contextual and relevant to you right now. We know that first-line workers and the nature of their job is such that they're always on the go, and they may not have time to go hunting for information and may have limited access to devices. So we surface you everything that you care about at the right time for you. So this page is completely dynamic. If I check after an hour, I will see whatever is relevant to me at that hour. And so over here you see the today section, which tells me the agenda for the rest of the day. Looks like my manager has set a sales goal for $19,400, and that's something that all of us as a team are supposed to meet today. The last thing you can see over here is who's working. So this is something that is useful in cases where I'm at work and something comes up and I need to get in touch with everyone who's on shift with me today. So I'm able to easily message all of them. And I can say, hey, heads up, a VIP just came in. This way you can be easily connected to everyone who's on the job with you. And this is also a very useful feature for managers when they're on the mobile phone and on the go, because we know first-line worker managers are also spending majority of the time on the field and not at their desks. So they can see everyone who's working right now in different departments and have a quick view of that. So now if I want to see all the shifts that have been assigned to me for the future, not just today, the Shifts app is where I go. I see all the shifts that were assigned to me on web are seen over here. I get a real-time notification, and you can see that I've gotten all of those activity feed notifications saying that my schedule was published and different changes were made. I will click on a particular shift and see what my details are. Here I see all the things that you saw on the home page, because those are all the shift details that were being reflected there. I see my activities, and in addition, if I'm not able to make it for a particular shift, I have the option to swap or offer it with somebody directly from my phone. So this reduces a lot of friction and back and forth conversations between, hey, can you take my shift? You go talk to your manager, and then the manager tells you to confirm it with someone else, and then he manually goes and updates the schedule and prints it out again. So now we make this really easy by picking a person's, so I am free on Friday. I will send Megan a swap request. So now Megan would have gotten a notification about this. If she approves it, then it will go to my manager. And if my manager approves it, the schedule would automatically get updated. If there are any other changes I want to make to my schedule, I can click on this plus button right on top, and I have the option to request for open shifts. You saw on web that my manager can create open shifts that are not specifically assigned to any one person. So in this case, these are all those shifts. I click on the one on Saturday because I'm free on Saturday, and I see that this one's open, so I can request it. Now my manager will be notified that Deborah is interested in taking up this shift, and he can pick whoever he wants from all the people who requested. Second one is swap offer, which you just saw the flow for. The third one is time off. Here I have the ability to ask for a time off from my phone. So I can say maybe I have to take a sick day because I have a doctor's appointment. So I request for a time off and send the same way my manager has to approve it, and then the schedule will get updated. Lastly, I have the ability to set availability. So in order to make sure that my manager only assigns me the shifts that work for me, I can set my schedule available to any day. So right now on Tuesdays, I have said that I'm available all day, but I figured out that I have some plans for dinner. So I'm just going to adjust that to say I'm available from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And this would be reflected on the schedule on web, and my manager will see that, so he'll make sure that I don't get a shift around that time. So these are some of the things that we've done to make the process of changing your schedule a little easier. Another feature that's valuable is I'm on a shift and I want an issue comes up at the store because a customer has come in and he has a problem which I'm not able to solve. So I want to contact customer service. So how do I find out who's working there at that shift during that time? So here I'm able to see everyone by group and role. So I know that Nestor is working on customer service right now when the issue came up. So I click on Nestor and I'm easily able to start a chat with him. And because this whole app is built on Teams, you get all the capabilities and functionalities of Teams, and Teams has a really rich communication platform. So I have the ability to share my location. I can say, hey, can you come please find me? I have a problem that I'm running into. I can take a picture. Let's take a picture. So here I get the ability to annotate the picture. So I can mark some things that, hey, there's a spill on the floor. Please clean this. And then send it over. So you can see that this makes the whole conversation a lot more rich and, and easier to give direction. So you don't have to be vague about, hey, there's this area on left, please walk a few steps right and you'll find this something over there. And then there's GIFs, which makes everything a lot more fun. So let's say, I'm sure we're all tired by the end of the day. Okay, and then I also have the ability to attach files, mention people, and give more elaborate texts. In addition to that, you see the calling functionality right on top. So I can video call or audio call people. I could easily do that, but right now I don't think anyone's going to pick it up. But yeah. So that's basically some of the functionality that is covered. But besides this, there are a lot of other apps that Teams also offers, which Firstline workers would also have access to if IT admins enable them. For example, files. If my manager had uploaded a file from Teams, I would be able to see it right over here. So any training material that came up will be viewable to me over here as well. And now that I'm coming to the end of my shift, I'm going to clock out. So I go to the time clock and I click on clock out. This will generate a timesheet, which will then be exportable in Excel, and my manager can make adjustments if needed. So you can see over here, I'm also able to edit it or confirm it. Once I confirm it, I will not be able to make further edits. For example, I say confirm timesheet for 9/26 and make the changes. And in case there are some issues, then people can so instead of bothering your manager, you can also make this adjustment for clocking in for a shift that you forgot to perhaps clock in for earlier, and inform your manager about that. So, right? So these are at a high level. These are the functionalities that Teams offers, and these are what the apps that you see at the bottom are the ones we believe are most relevant for first-line workers. But as IT admins, you have full ability to customize that. You can you see that all the other apps live in the more menu: Teams, meeting, calls, saved, organization. So if some of them are more relevant that you feel for your workers, it's up to you. And yeah, so all of these functionalities are also available on the desktop version of Teams, and employees are fully allowed to use that. We just believe that they may mobile first is something that's more useful for first-line workers. So, thank you.
Awesome. So now you saw all of that amazing functionality. I'm sure the question you guys must be wondering is, how do I get this? So first of all, the Shifts module will be available by end of this year. And just like all the other ones of our modules, you'll have user level control per module. So obviously user level can be slow, large organizations. You can run PowerShell commandlets as well. So with that, we're going to open up to Q&A.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we have a mic? Do we have
Okay, the question was, what is the difference between Staff Hub and what you saw? So Staff Hub is actually the same product, except we're migrating it within Teams, the Shifts module. So starting April 1st, we're going to start the migration process. Staff Hub users will be sent into Teams seamlessly. So all your data, you won't have to do anything. Everything will be done for you. The only thing will be your first-line workers will have to download Microsoft Teams so they can take power of the full hub. Additionally, on October 1st, Staff Hub will be deprecated because Shifts will have the entire functionality. Yes? Is there an API for it? Yes, there's an API. It's in private preview right now. So if you come and talk to us after, we can go ahead and turn it on for your tenant.
Yeah. Yes. Did you hear that?
So the question was, for the first-line workers using Teams already, can they see all the teams that within the app? So we think the Shifts module, everything I showed you was one Teams team. So if you have a different team and you want to add a schedule to that, you can do that. So we think of the mapping one-to-one. So each team can have a schedule.
So you have an option to provision a schedule per team. If you don't want to provision a schedule per team, that's fine too. Yes. So what happens if a manager doesn't respond to a request? So each team can have multiple managers, which corresponds to team owners. And so the request would go to all of those managers with the hope that one of them approves it. If not, you can, I think like that could something that probably could be resolved in a conversation or a follow-up. Yeah.
So we did just get cut off for time, but we'll be hanging out here.
Yeah.
So if you have more questions, please feel free to drop by.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.